What's going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 24 of Bayou Buzz. I'm your host, Brandon Gowins, joined as always by Prep Baseball Louisiana scouting director Alex Armand. Coach, how we doing today?
We're doing good, Coach. Warmer weather. I think the cold weather's finally out of here. Knock on wood.
Let's hope.
Um,
Let's hope.
let's see. It's crazy. Once we finish this week, we've got 2 weeks left, Coach. Regular season.
Man, that has gone fast. I feel like we just got out of tournament season with y'all.
I know.
Uh, well, awesome. So, kind of what we'll do today is we'll obviously recap last week. Release your power 25 or go over it and then look what you and your staff are going this week. But before we do that, let's do a little housekeeping. I know your top prospect games for the summer is getting, it feels like pretty close to capacity, so kind of want to touch on that.
I know. I'm trying to think of like last week where we said we were. I think we probably told everybody we were at like 50, and now we're getting. I think we're up over 60. We're getting close to that 70 mark. Uh, we're sold out of catching, sold out first base, sold out of two-way. Basically, the only things we have left available are pitcher only spots and outfield. Um, I could, I think, I think I could take a few more infielders, um, middle infielders, but actually I need to check it today because I know that was getting close to being sold out as well. So yes, to your point, kind of like we've been saying the last few weeks, like, hey, it's gonna fill up fast, and it
Yeah,
it has. So
yeah, absolutely. I just think in today's world, it's these events are more valuable than ever. So, yeah, if
mhm.
you have an invite from Alex and staff, just know it's if you don't act on it here soon, it may disappear on you because that event will definitely be sold out.
Unfortunately, Coach, and I tell you this, I think next summer I'm gonna take your advice that we were talking about. We haven't talked about it on air, but next year this is probably turned into a deal where we're gonna have two top prospect games, I'd imagine.
And it's not just on the size of it; it's just not every single person can make that date, right?
True. Right.
And
Yep.
so it just helps give people options. So everybody be on the lookout on it. Uh, Louisiana Lafayette this summer, June 24th, correct?
Yep. June
Um,
24th. Same as yours, right?
yeah, but I
The
said,
future.
well, one of them, yeah, future game tryout one. St. Vincent's
Mm-hmm.
future. We have a few, we have a few more top prospects, but yeah. Um, so stay on it, guys. Where that is, I mean, crap. 3 months away.
Yeah. Is that
Three t
crazy?
Time's just a flat circle anymore, as my man Matthew McConaughey says. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know what day it is or what month half the time. So,
Coach, I gotta ask you, by the way, you got on a new lid today.
no college, no college.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no, no, no,
Never
no,
mind.
no, no college, no college.
Never
I'm
mind.
waiting for I'm waiting for the Louisiana schools to start sending me Louisiana hats so I can wear as a host.
Right,
I thought their
right.
agent Cajuns, not gonna lie, or Fouts at La Tech. I thought one of them would have hooked it up by now, but it's okay.
I know. Yeah, it's okay.
Not friendly to your neighbors.
That's right.
But anyways, all right. Back to on topic here. Power 25.
Power 25, Coacher.
I think we have a new number one, and we also have some familiar faces back in the top five.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you called it last week. You're like, man, this definitely been an interesting year. It Live Oak back in the one spot. Holy Cross got swept last week by Brother Martin. As you can see, Brother Martin shot up, I think 7 or 8 spots after a big week last week. But Live Oak's back in the top spot. Uh, they went undefeated last week. Benton back at number 2, 21-1. They had a big week last week, went undefeated, beat Houghton, and they actually beat Houghton last night again in 8 innings. Turling's Catholic at 3. They've been rolling. And then Barb at 4. As you mentioned, Barb right now is on so they started off, Coach, I'm doing quick math. Yep. They started off. So after last night's win, they're now 21-4. We released this on Monday. It didn't reflect that, but they've won their last 15 straight. So they started off 6-4 and they've reeled off 15 straight. So, they're playing good in district play, and then, Catholic at number 5. So there was, definitely some movement with Live Oak, going back to 1. But as I look at this list, like those top 5, man, I can see that the order may change, but like I could see that sticking for these last couple of weeks for sure.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna throw you a curveball real quick since you
Yeah.
just were so defiant in what you just said. If who outside the top 10
Yeah.
could most compete to get close to number 5?
God, it's a really good question, actually. Who outside the top 10? So
I mean, obviously the normal answer would be number 11, but I don't know who their path is. So like their path has something to do with it too.
I'm gonna say West Monroe.
Okay.
Because I've looked at West Monroe's schedule, and like they should win out, I would think, the rest of district play, but they have next Monday, they've got a big matchup on Monday. I can't remember where it's at, maybe at Louisiana Tech. They play Benton.
Okay.
So if West Monroe were to win out, which includes a win over Benton, who's 21-1 right now, I would say West Monroe is that likely team outside of the top 10 that could get closest. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
14-7 too. So team that's probably playing their better baseball on the back half of this season, I would
Correct.
guess, with that record. So all right.
Yes. Yes.
Well, good. I'm just glad that we got Barb and Catholic back in your top 5. So all's right in the
They're
world of Louisiana here.
they're
So
back.
all right, let's take a look on how we got to that Power 25, our Week 6 review. Starting with, let's highlight some of your top players, and I think you wanted to start with the sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore, Koa Romero. I know we've talked about him before. We saw him last Tuesday against Archbishop Shaw, non-district game. Koa, man, last time I looked, he's hitting like 520 something, 530 something on the year with like 6 homers and 25 ribbies. He's just been on fire all year. Physical kid, 5'10", 220 pounds. And last Tuesday against Shaw, picked up another couple of hits, 2 line drive singles, just right back up the middle. And there's something to be said. And I think I wrote about this in our scout blog when I put Koa in it for this week. You know how you've heard, like, I've heard this saying before from people, right? Like, oh, so-and-so, who's supposed to be a good hitter, or maybe is a good hitter, like, he can't hit bad pitching, right? He can only hit guys that are 85 and above or whatever. Well, like Koa Romero, like one of the things that I love about him is like he didn't see the greatest arms in the world last week against Shaw. Like, shoot it to you straight, but like he hits. If he sees a 90-mile-an-hour arm, he hit. Like he just hits.
Coach, when people say that, that makes no sense.
Makes no sense. I know.
All the richest guys in baseball, you know how they get rich? They destroy the guys they're better than. They don't get
Right.
rich beating the guys that are better than them.
Right.
So that is Yeah, that's just people making excuses when that's said.
Right. It's people. Yeah, exactly. So Koa, man, I mean, shoot, he's no doubt one of the best hitters in that 27 class. Out of Hanville for sure. He's done a good job at third base. Um, Moves well, and he's actually started getting back up on the mound a little bit, and he can run it up there 89, 90. So it's good to see him doing well. He's having a good year. Got to see our guy Sammy Mitchell,
Yep.
who we've talked about a bunch. I know you like him. Got to see him again last week against Central. Big time matchup. Parkview 3A school got the win over Central, the 5A school. Central was rolling. Sammy shut him down, man. He was 89 to 92 for 5 innings. Struck out 10. I think he had 3 walks. There was an inning or two in there where his control got a little bit erratic, but he was able to dial it in. And he was, he was just really good again, man. He's been dominant every time out on the mound for Parkview, and that's going to bode well for them heading into the playoffs for
Look
sure.
like he got some serious ride on that fastball.
He does,
Like at top of
coach.
the zone, like yeah.
Yep. Yep. Some serious right. And that slider keeps getting better. I mean, it's crazy how much better that slider's gotten from last year to this year. So yeah, Sammy was really good. And then to kind of finish off last week, that was our week 6 game of the week. Headed on over to the New Orleans area. Got to see a Catholic League matchup with St. Aug and John Curtis.
I'll make sure
Um,
they're happy.
yeah, that's right. You're right. He always gives me,
Yeah.
he always gives me grief about
The
that
Catholic
Catholic.
League. That's probably the
Yes.
only league he knows in Louisiana. That's why.
Yeah. Hope you're listening, shooter. Yeah. So it was good, man. Good game. John Curtis won, I think, 11-6. But 2 guys I want to talk about real quick from St. Aug. Bryce Robinson got the start for St. Aug, Tulane recruit, senior. As you can see here, like he's a good-looking kid, coach, 6'3", long limbs, loose arm. It really works. Got up to 91, pretty much sat 87 to 90.
That seems a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, right. That's a lot of yeah. Um, he was a 50-50 ball strike guy. That was like the only issue with him. Still needs to figure out the breaking ball a little bit, but like the arm talent's there. I think once he gets to Tulane and they get their hands on him, like Bryce is going to be fine.
In our world, we used to call that effectively wild.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. He's a really good athlete. Actually had a couple hits that game too. One of them was an oppo triple. So it was good to finally see Bryce this spring. And then the other kid, man, Kenyon Hughes Jr., senior shortstop for St. Aug. We saw him back in a umpire scrimmage back in January and really liked him. And he showed well again last week, man. Left-handed hitter. As you can see here, it's like a perfectly executed slash. Had a line drive back up the middle. Had a couple walks in his first at bat. Showed good plate discipline. He plays a really good shortstop. He's committed to Southern.
I was going to say, where's he going, Coach?
Yeah, he's committed to Southern. I think the Southern Jags got a good one with Kenyon.
I want to say that's a steal.
Yeah, it's a steal. I agree. It's a steal. He's a good player. Like you could tell, watch it. Like he understands the game, high baseball IQ, all that, and he plays with his hair on fire in a good way. Like it's genuine, So, anyways, yeah, that was. I knew this week was going to be a little shorter because we had, if you remember last week.
Oh, you had the rain out. Yeah.
And we talked about it. Yeah. So,
that's all right.
A little bit of a shorter week. We'll have a lot to talk about next week for sure.
Well, we're still got to start to map out the playoff prediction show for Louisiana so I can make fun of you and Larry.
I told him yesterday, by the way, to get prepared because that is happening. I love that
right.
idea.
Yeah, so that will happen. So we need to start, but it was 2 more weeks of district, so we're probably 3 weeks out from that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are through week 6. We are in week 7.
Yep.
What we got coming up this week?
Yes, we got a big one on Saturday. It will be game 1 of the 2-game district series with our week 7 game of the week with the Sam Houston and Barb, which is
So real
always
quick,
fun.
so the first game Saturday. When's the second game of that?
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep, Tuesday. So this is always it's always one of the funner district rivalries, I feel like, because it's 2 Lake Charles area teams, same districts. Both have really good players. Both are well coached. They both know each other super duper well. So it's a chess match from the time that they say, play ball. On Saturday, we're probably going to get treated to a sophomore pitching duel between Sam Houston's Owen Galley and Barb's Lawton Littleton. So, Galley's a former junior future gamer. He'll be mid to upper 80s. It's 3 pitches for strikes, really knows how to pitch, can move the ball at all quadrants. Haven't seen Galley yet this spring, so I'm really excited to get to see him. And then Lawton Littleton, he's the top left-hander in our state, right? Mid to upper 80s, can really spin the breaking ball, change up's a good third pitch as well. I tell you, Coach, ever since Lawton, his first start of the year against Lutheran.
Lutheran.
Yep, against Lutheran, which I think I told you, looking back, he really didn't throw that bad. Lutheran,
If my memory serves me correct, the wind was howling out to right and a couple pop-ups.
Yep.
Some shaky defense maybe
Yep.
early, and then I think he got it behind. I lost a couple of hitters, but yeah,
Yep.
he's good.
Yeah. He's good. What I was going to say is since that loss, which was his first start of the year, I'm pretty sure he's won every game since.
I mean, they've won 14 in a row, so that probably checks out.
Yeah. So that's who we'll probably get on Saturday, those 2. And then on Tuesday for game 2, it'll probably be 2 senior left-handers. Jairus Miller for Barb, who recently committed to McNeese State, was I think he was our week 3 pitcher of the week. You'll have probably Miller for Barb, and then Cole Flanagan for Sam Houston, the former future gamer and UL Lafayette recruit. That'll probably be on Tuesday. So,
if my memory serves me correct, the Flanagan video from earlier this year, he didn't miss a spot with the fastball.
Exactly. Yep. That was him. 85, 88.
Lefty just look like just putting it in the catcher's glove.
Boom, boom. Yep. Change-up's really good. It's going to be good. And look, both of these teams, they do. With Presley Corville and Connor Walker, it's 2 of the best defensive catchers. If not, it's probably the 2 best defensive catchers in the state as well. So,
Presley's back.
Presley's back. That's another reason, Coach, that the 15-game win streak, he's complete with him back healthy. He just completely changes the whole complexion of that lineup.
Coach, having a senior catcher that's really, really good, it's probably the most valuable commodity you could have outside of an ace. So
correct. Yeah. I tell you, Coach, here's an interesting, I have it down here. I forgot to bring it up. Here's an interesting kind of storyline, thinking from a coach's mind, right? Even whenever I used to coach. So you look at Sam Houston, their past, 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, 15 games, they dropped a game to Acadiana in district. And then before that, they dropped a tough non-district game to St. Thomas More, who's in our top 10. They're a good team. So, they've had a little bit of adversity, if you will. Whereas, Barb, they've reeled off their last 15 straight. I'd have to go look at the scores, Coach, but I don't think it's really been close, to be honest with you. So in saying that, I'm thinking from a coach's mind, right? It's going to be interesting to see how, because we know these two games are going to be close. They're going to be competitive, right? And it's just going to be interesting to see, I guess, how Barb, right, handles it whenever it gets
Yeah,
close.
absolutely. Absolutely. So
You know?
how's it gonna play out then?
Oh, great question. So I was doing some research thinking back. So I think it's been since, so you don't count 2020 because COVID canceled the year, but I'm pretty sure 2018, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the last 6 years that Barb and Sam Houston have played in district, their 2 game set, they have split.
I knew you were gonna say that.
They've split.
Well, I'm not gonna let you choose that.
You're going to make me take a sweeper?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna make you. Let me. If you had to choose a team to sweep, what team is set up best to pull off a sweep?
Okay, that's fair. Um, I would I'd probably give the edge to Barb.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably
I
give the edge
mean,
to Barb. I still think it's going to be. I think they'll split again. Like
I knew you, man.
I do.
That's cute. Nice answer.
I mean,
That's fair. Well, we'll be looking forward to it. I'm gonna go ahead and take Littleton game 1, Flanagan game 2.
yeah, yeah. I could. That. I mean,
No, you don't get to. I get to choose splits. You don't get to. I'm a host.
Coach. I'm just saying, like that makes it. Yeah, yeah, makes sense to me. I mean, if I'm a betting man, they're probably going to split.
Okay. Well, we'll look back next week and go over it.
I'm sure this is going to be this little clip will be blasted
Well,
in the
especially when Galley and Miller both win. This
right,
this dumbass from Texas. What does he know?
right.
So well, be excited to review it next week and see how it went down. But I
Yep.
know we're getting towards the end of it. Glad everyone's been sticking with us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bayou Buzz, the one and only gospel of Louisiana high school baseball. You got anything else, Coach?
That's it, Coach. Getting ready for the home stretch, and yeah.
Oh, one more thing. Texas winning that series over LSU. So.
Hey, fair enough, Coach. That was
that
look
was
for
fun.
those dudes to come back after losing game 1.
That was fun.
Mad respect.
Even though I know more players on the LSU roster than I do the Texas roster, still state for this podcast, state ties.
Yeah.
So, but all right, guys, we'll be back next Wednesday. And we'll see you then. Thank y'all.
See you again. Thanks, y'all.
All right.